Good morning, friends. Today we are going to learn section first, an astrologer's day. An astrologer's day, which is written by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan was an Indian writer. R.K. Narayan was an Indian writer. He was a novelist. He has written almost 14 novels. He has written some short stories also. My friends, we have to remember we are learning here, we are studying here an astrologer's day, new lesson which is written by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan was an Indian writer. He was a novelist. Almost he has written 14 novels. And he has written also short stories. As we are studying here an astrologer's day, such type of story he has written. He was also short story writer. He has written so many travelogues. Travelogues, you know very well that. Pravas. His writing style is very simple. And while writing, while developing, he has created very minor, such type of jokes he has used in his writing. That is subtle humor. Humor, very well that jokes. The Guide, it is one of the best novel which has got Sahitya Academy Award in the year 1961. R.K. Narayan, he has got Sahitya Academy Award in the year 1961 for his famous novel The Guide. Okay, dear friends, we are going to study R.K. Narayan. He has written an astrologer's day. About R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan, 1906 to 2001. Rashipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer, Narayan Swamy, was one of the best known novelists among Indian English writers. I told you, R.K. Narayan was an Indian writer and he was one of the best novelists among Indian English writers. We have got, he was an Indian writer. He has written novels and he was one of the best Indian English writers, known as novelist. He is the author of 14 novels. How many novels? He is the author of 14 novels. I have written here 14 novels. He has written 14 novels. 5 volumes of short stories. I told you he has written novels as well as he was a short story writer and he has, developed 5 volumes of short stories as well as number of travelogues. Travelogue journey, Pravas, and has a collection of non-fiction to his credit. Non-fiction which is real, which is not imaginative, which is related to fact. He also wrote his memoir that is biography. By My Days 1975, Narayan created the imaginary town of Malgudi. He has created imaginary town, name of the town, that Malgudi, where realistic characters in a typically Indian setting lived amid unpredictable events. Unpredictable, that we cannot predict, that is unpredictable. Amid means among. He has created such a type of stage there. His stories are grounded in compassionate. Compassionate means loving. Compassionate means empathetic. So his stories are grounded in compassionate. Compassionate means kindly. Humanism. Humanism which is related to human being and celebrated the humor and energy of ordinary life. My dear friends, you know very well that he has created such a type of material writing which was given to the people, that is, It was energetic things for the people. He has created humor and energy of ordinary life or ordinary people. It was energetic thing to the ordinary life. By creating jokes, by creating subtle humor, he has developed his writing. His stories are characterized by a simple style. I told you, his style was very simple while developing his writing. Very simply, he has written that stories, travelogues, novels, and all these things he is writing. And subtle humor. Subtle humor means very minor. We can say minute humor he has created while developing these material. Narayan was introduced to American readers. It was his unique identity. He has created his own identity to American readers in 1952 by the Michigan State University Press. These include Swami and Friends, The Bachelor of Arts in 1937, The Dark Room in 1938, An Astrologer's Day and Other Stories 1947. Such type of stories we are studying here, An Astrologer's Day. Such type of story and other stories he has written in the year of 1947. Mr. Sampath 1949. The Financial Expert 1954. Waiting for the Mahatma 1955. The Guide 1958, and many other books he has written. The Guide, which has got Sahitya Akademi Award in the year 1961. The Guide, it was a novel. He has got Sahitya Akademi for the novel The Guide in the year 1961, and many other books he has written here. His novel The Guide won him the Sahitya Akademi Award in the year 1961. We were discussing about The Guide. The Guide is his best novel which has got Sahitya Akademi Award in the year 1961. The most coveted literary humor in India. Most coveted, that is desirable award he has got for the novel The Guide in the year 1961. His writing is distinguished by humor and unoffending irony. Unoffending, that is annoyance. His writing is distinguished, that is the identity of his writing. So he has created humor and a unique Indianness and simplicity which is utterly charming and authentic. Charming, that is attractive. His material attracting, it was very attractive to the people, and authentic, that was very real. Narayan typically portraits, that is, if we describe the author, then Narayan was, that is, typically described, that is, portraits the peculiarities of human relationship. Peculiarities of human relationship means that is the art of human relationship, and ironies, that is contrast of Indian daily life. Such type of his material is based on, his writing is based on that irony, and it is charming material he has created. He has created subtle humor in his writing, and that is also real stories, real things also he has developed. His style is graceful, that is attractive, or we can say getting enjoy happiness. His style is graceful, marked by genial humor, that is friendly humor, very silent humor he has created there. Elegance and simplicity. Elegance, that is loveliness, elegance and simplicity. If we describe that personality, R.K. Narayan, is very simple thing he has developed by creating jokes, or we can say humor while developing his writing. Dear student, we must remember that we are studying an astrologer's day. An astrologer day, एका ज्योतिषाचा दिवस. An astrologer's day. You know very well that. We have used here an. While studying an astrologer's day, we are studying also articles in English. Already we have studied articles. And is used here before astrologers, you know very well the reason. An astrologers ज्योतिषी. An astrologer's day, एका ज्योतिषाचा दिवस. Punctually at midday, he opened his bag and spread out his professional equipment. My dear friends, you know very well that I am teacher here, and I am going to communicate with you by using my textbook. This is chalk, and you dust. You know very well that dusters and board is also here. So these are important things for me. So here is a astrologer is here. So what type of things he has having there? That is, such things is mentioned here punctually as per routine, daily routine we can say, on particular time. Punctually at midday, at the time of noon, he opened his bag and spread out all his professional equipment. As per routine, as per on particular time, at the time of noon, he has opened his bag which he was having, that is, such things were there, and he spread out all that professional equipment, which consisted of a dozen cowrie cells. Dozen cowrie cells, sea animals. Here is, आपण त्याला कवडी देखील असं म्हणू शकतो. कावरी सेल्स मीन्स. So such type of things were there he was having, that was requirement for his profession. तुम्हाला माहिती आहे विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, हा ज्योतिष आहे आणि ज्योतिषाला आवश्यक असणाऱ्या ज्या गोष्टी आहेत त्या यामध्ये मेन्शन केलेल्या आहेत. त्या कोणकोणत्या होत्या बघा. विच कन्सिस्टेड ऑफ अ डझन कावरी सेल्स. जवळजवळ डझनभर कावरी सेल्स म्हणजेच कवड्या होत्या. अ स्क्वेअर पीस ऑफ क्लॉथ with obscure mystic charts on it. He was having particular cloth, a square piece of cloth, and with obscure mystic chart, there was a particular chart on that cloth. A square piece of cloth was there, and there was obscure mystic charts on it. First he was having dozen cowrie cells, then he was having a square piece of cloth on obscure mystic charts on it. A notebook, he was having also notebook to mention such thing, and a bundle of palmine writing. Bundle of palmine writing. You have seen that astrologers and such type of things. You might have seen. That is, palmine means it is a particular type of tree, and such type of pages were there. We can say for the purpose of his related to his profession. His forehead was resplendent. His forehead was resplendent. Resplendent means, my dear friend, we have to remember that is bright or dazzling and impressive. His forehead was as like resplendent, means it was very bright, or it was very impressive, with the sacred holy, sacred as पवित्र राग. पण पवित्र राग असं म्हणायला नको. We have to mention here that. And vermilion means it is a dark red color, orange color we can say vermilion. It is a particular type of sacred ash he has used on his forehead, and his eyes sparkled with a sharp abnormal gleam. Gleam means shining. His eyes were as like shining. There was a great shining in his eyes, which was really at outcome of a continual searching look for customers. His eyes were searching customers for him, but which is simple clients took to be a prophetic light, and felt comforted, but which is simple clients took to be a prophetic. Prophetic means a person who known about future, that is prophecy, we can say what will happen in the future, bhavishya asha अर्थानं. And felt comforted. The power of his eyes was considerably enhanced by enhanced by their position placed as they were between the painted forehead and the dark whiskers. Dark whiskers means mustache. That mustache, dark whiskers he was having, and which streamed down his cheeks. Down his cheeks, he was having that dark mustache, whiskers, and he was having dark whiskers or mustache, and it was up to his cheek. And a particular personality is described here. My dear students, we have to remember, first thing, he was having that such thing which are required to his profession. That is a dozen cowrie cells. He was having a piece of cloth. There was a mystic chart on it. Then he was having that a notebook, a bundle of pamir. All these things he was having, which are required to his profession. Then the personality is described here. The particular man was there. He was not ordinary man. He was an astrologer. His forehead was resplendent, that is bright or impressive, and he has used sacred ash on his forehead. He was having dark whiskers, and he has turned his whiskers up to his cheek. And such type of personality we have seen here. Even a half-wit's eyes. Half-wits means he was not having perfect knowledge of his business. Half-wits means mad or lack of knowledge, we can say. Half-wits eyes would sparkle in such a setting. Such type of personality. R.K. Narayan described that personality, with such type of things were there, and to crown the effect, he wore a saffron colored turban around his head. R.K. Narayan described that personality is here, and the last thing we are studying here, that he has used turban. Turban, very well, that pheta. He has covered his head with that turban, and with the color of the turban was orange, saffron. This color scheme never failed. It was a perfect color scheme that he has used, there. The personality, I think that you have got what type of personality was there. He was looking as like an astrologer. People were attracted to him as bees attracted to the cosmos or Delia stocks. Such type of example is here, that people were attracting to that astrologers as honeybee attract to the cosmos or Delia. Such type of flowers are there, very well, that cosmos and Delia. Such type of flowers are there that attracting towards them, that is to whom? Honeybee. As like honeybee attracts towards cosmos or Delia, then people were attracting to the person, astrologer. He sat under the bark of a spreading tamarind tree. Bark means branch. Pandya. A spreading tamarind tree means tamarind tree, chinchit's झाड. He used to sit under the tamarind tree, and tamarind tree was very big. The tree was having long branches, and he used to sit under that tamarind tree to run his business. He sat under the bark of a spreading tamarind tree which flanked a path running to the town hall park. The name of that area was Town Hall. The particular area is mentioned here. That name of that area is Town Hall area. And which flanked a path running through the town hall park. It was a remarkable place in many ways. It is very useful very focusing, we can say the area was, it was a remarkable area. A surging crowd was always moving up and down this narrow road from morning till night. A particular place is mentioned here where an astrologer used to sit there, and the particular area, town hall, that is a remarkable place, and that remarkable place is there, and there was a big crowd. That crowd was surging from morning till night. People used to come and go. A variety of trades and occupations was represented all along its way. Different kind of occupations and trades were there. Variety of trades were there, and occupations also represented all along its way. Medicine sellers were there. Dear friends, we have to remember trades and occupations. Medicine sellers were there. Sellers of stolen hardware and junk, which was particularly stolen. So we can remember that area and that professions also. Seller of stolen hardware, ज्या चोरून आणलेल्या जुन्या गोष्टी आहेत, जुन्या भंगार वस्तूंचा बाजार असं देखील आपण त्याला म्हणू शकतो. Magician were there, and above all, an auctioneer of cheap cloth. Auctioneer, लिलाव, जुनी जी कपडे आहेत त्या कपड्या संदर्भातचा लिलाव. Auctioneer of cheap cloth who created enough din means big sound, all day to attract the whole town. The particular area, that is town hall area, there was a big tamarind tree which was having long branches. People used to come there for their different purpose. All type of trades and occupations were running there, as like medicine sellers were there, that is sellers of stolen and hardware and junk also. Magician were there, auctioneer of cheap cloth. So such a type of area was crowded, and the crowd was, it was a surging crowd, that was an increasing crowd was there, and the particular area was getting big sound. Next to him in vociferousness came a wonder. Next to him, vociferousness means being loud and noisy. That sound was very big. Vociferousness means big sound. Came a vendor of fried groundnut. Fried groundnut means, my friend, fried groundnut भुईमुगाच्या शेंगा. Fried, भाजलेल्या भुईमुगाच्या शेंगा. Fried groundnut. There was a vendor. Such type of picture we have to create here. We have to imagine what type of situation will be there. That town hall is particular area. A surging crowd of the people from morning to till night. Magician was there. A vendor, that is a particular vendor who was selling fried groundnut was there. Auctioneer of cheap cloth. Then stolen hardware and junk. Such type of things were there. And the last thing we are studying here, very near to that town hall, a vendor was there, and he was selling fried groundnut, who gave his ware a fancy name each day, calling it Bombay ice cream. He was naming his product each day different. As first day he was using their Bombay ice cream. There was a vendor which is near to town hall. He was selling fried groundnut, and my dear friends, he was naming to his product each day differently. That is, Bombay ice cream. And on the next day, for the same product, he was using another name, that is Delhi almond. For the same product, he was selling there, and he was using different attractive name to his product. That is Bombay ice cream, Delhi almond, and third day he was using Raja's delicacy. So such type of name he has given to his product, fried groundnut, and so on and so forth and so forth. Next day he was going to use different name for his product. And people flocked to him. As you know that Cosmos or Dahlia, that it was attracting to honeybee, as like the person attracting and our astrologer attracting to the people. And here is the person, a vendor who was selling fried groundnut, and he was attracting to the people by using different name for his fried groundnut. A considerable portion of the crowd rallied broker before the astrologer too. And you know, such type of a vendor was there. He was attracting to his customers by naming differently, and such type of flock, that is the people used to stand around him. Same people, they were attracting to astrologers also. The astrologer transacted his business by the light of a flare that is bright oozed, which crackled and smoked up above the groundnut heap nearby. It was the time of night, evening, darkness was there. A vendor who was selling fried groundnut, and with the help of flare, an astrologer, running his business with the help of that light. He was not having his own light. Astrologer was not having his own light. He was running his business with the help of that vendor's light. Half the enchantment, magical effect of charm, enchantment. Half the enchantment of a place was due to the fact, it was the real fact that it did not have the benefit of municipal lighting. The particular area was not having light of that municipal. The place was lit up by the shop lights. That particular place was lit up with the shop lights. There were different kinds of shops and trades occupations. I told you there was not electricity provided by municipal corporation, we can say. One or two had hissing, that is making sound or sparkle. One or two had hissing gaslights. Very well that my friend, in those days people were using that gaslights or lantern. Some had a necked flare stuck on poles. Some people, they had used such a type of, necked flares. Am I right? Necked flares. Necked flares means आपण असं त्यांना मशाल म्हणू की त्या खांबावरती अडकवलेल्या होत्या. Some were lit up by old cycle lamps. Some people were using that old cycle lamps, and one or two, like the astrologer, managed without light of their own. So our astrologer was running his business with the help of others' light. He was not having his own light, yet he was running his business. It was a bewildering crisscross. Bewildering means it was confusing thing. It was a baffling thing, गोंधळाची स्थिती of light rays and moving shadows. That rays, light rays was moving there, and it was confusing, it was crowded, and in that light he was having the benefit of his business. This suited the astrologer very well. The particular situation was very good for the astrology. Am I right? For the purpose, for his business, for the simple reason that he had not in the least intended to be an astrologer when he began life. When he has started his profession as an astrology, that is a person who knows about what will happen in the future, म्हणजेच भविष्य सांगणे. He has not started his business with having intention, not intentionally he has started his business, and he knew no more of what was going to happen to others than he knew what was going to happen to himself next minute. Astrologer don't know what will happen in his life in next minute also, and he was going to tell to the people, that is going to convince to the people about what will happen in the future. मित्रांनो, या ज्योतिषाच्या आयुष्यामध्ये पुढच्या मिनिटाला काय घडेल हे त्याला माहीत नसताना देखील तो भविष्यात होणाऱ्या बदलाविषयी, लोकांच्या आयुष्यात होणाऱ्या बदलाविषयी तो भविष्यवाणी सांगत होता, आणि हीच खरी गमतीची गोष्ट होती. He was as much as stranger to the stars. To the stars, जे काय such type of prophecy, he was totally unknown about that. As like his customers were unknown about stars, he was also unknown about stars. As were his innocent customers. His innocent customers, that customers were very innocent. They don't know about qualities and qualifications of that astrologer. They were unknown about stars, and our astrologers also unknown about stars. He don't know any kind of idea about astrology. He has not studied anything about that. He has not practiced. Yet he said things which pleased and astonished everyone. But he was pleasing. He was pleasing to his customers. He was giving happiness to his customers, and each and every people astonished, that is surprised, that after listening him. That was a more matter of study and practice. I told you, he has not got any kind of certificate, he has not completed any kind of course while starting this business, but with the help of study and practice, matter is there, and shrewd guesswork. Shrewd means good or judging people. Shrewd. He was having particular knowledge to judge the people, to identify the people, to get what type of going, such thing in another's mind. Shrewd guesswork. All the same, it was as much an honest man's labor as any other, and he deserved the wages, that is value, he carried home at the end of the day. As a common people, man can get benefit of his business, he was liable for that, to get the money from that business, because of he has practiced and he has studied the such thing. He has studied the mind psychology, not he has studied anything in his life. He has not completed any kind of course. He has practiced his business, and he was getting idea about that business, and by telling the such things to the people, he has astonished to the people. And he deserved the wages he carried home at the end of the day. So he was liable, applicable for to get the money by telling the such things, or so running the such business. Okay.